companies, working a project for company and all that, we can also give insight and example of if I want to be embark on a project as a person, because all the emphasis we laid today is on causes, what can cause a project to fail and all that and all that. And as an individual that wants to embark on a project, of course I should have adequate planning. I want us to discuss on things that pertain to that, areas you can give them examples on our individual basis. You want to build a house, how do you start, what and what I'm supposed to do to ensure that adequate budgeting and everything is in place so that you start, initiate the project, get all the people involved, do it to a logical conclusion without it failing. Okay. If I decide to build a house, a great building now, of course I won't say I will not do adequate planning. It may be a long time, depending on how my money comes. Let's say I plan to start a house from the initiation to closing or moving into the house. That's the closing now. I plan that this thing should last a period of 3 years based on my resources that is coming up. The period of 3 years. I'll have to, just like you said, project are in phases and in stages. I should be able to make adequate plan from the initiation, acquiring the land if it doesn't exist already. Make provision to acquire the land, start planning at every point in time during a 1 year period. I should be able to secure the land, do foundation, do that kind of a thing till that 3 years. I should be able to plan it from beginning and ensure that if I say by December 2020, 25, 28, I should be able to complete that house, finish everything and move it. I'm just giving an example. Yes. Because everything is about money. It must not necessarily, there are some things you have control over.
Yes.
It's your own personal decision. I don't think anybody wants to plan a project and allow it to fail. In the examples you gave are more of a company, project leaders or indifference, and you can't find that if you're an individual planning to embark on a project and ensure that that project succeeds.
Yeah. So to look at a few things on planning. Planning is basically to maintain a workable scheme that you can use to accomplish that thing. To maintain a workable scheme. Now I have initiated that I want to build this house. I now begin to say, how can I maintain a workable scheme?
Yes.
A workable arrangement that can help me to achieve this.
Must you have all the money?
No, you mustn't. You mustn't have. Yeah, so you don't even need to have all the different resources.
Thank you. So we need to do something that is practicable. Show us what project.
Yeah,
am I okay?
There are 5 organizational resources. There are 5 organizational resources. Whenever we use the word resources, 1 is manpower, 2nd is manager, 3 is money, 4 is materials. The other one is machines. So anytime we mention organizational material, it is either of these 5 or combination of them or all of them.
Or let me just create this. Let me just put up a scenario so that we'll work with that.
No, you are building.
Yes, you are building. Let's say I want to build 4-bedroom.
Yes.
Bungalow.
Yes.
A 4-bedroom bungalow. And I expect in a Abuja. I'm okay for Abuja. In Abuja.
Okay.
And I plan to build it within 3 years.
Yeah.
What is it going to a standard 4-bedroom parlor?
What will be involved in the planning?
In the planning and everything. Both money, both everything.
Yes. Now, the initiation can just take you almost. It's a personal thing. You have the issues that is really in planning.
Yes.
In this planning, now you begin to think of these resources. Who can I invite to do these things? First of all, what do I have to get? I have to get money on ground. You begin to make inquiry like how much? let us say 5
Will I
years.
talk about money or what the project is going to cost
No,
me?
everything
Initiation.
I say you have left initiation. Initiation means I want to build.
Okay.
That one don't even require much complexity than imagination.
Yeah.
It's imagination, creating a nation in village. Now, we are planning countries where you begin now to bend down or put in concrete form what will be needed. Money will be needed. Securing the land will be needed. Location of the land and whatever, and the size. Land, the size, location, the cost. Then we keep them. Then who can I bring into this? I will need to bring, who will I bring? I will bring agents, I will bring the builder, I will bring in architect, I will bring in surveyor, I will bring in advisor in building, whatever, or planners. Now, these are the type. Now, who can do this? For each of these groups, now you begin to enlist people who you will get involved. You begin to enlist them. Maybe you have 4 builders who can come. You have architects, you have 10. You begin to enlist them. Then this is persons. You begin to, what type of machine will I begin to gather? Because somebody who will build will need to have some machines or materials. I will definitely need to now learn how to buy wheelbarrows, buy shovels, buy materials, because there are things you must have. I will definitely begin to arrange for cement. Who will be a better supplier for me? You begin to think of things that are materials you need to buy. If it is somebody, machine may not come into this case now, unless you are talking of house that can be built with machine thing, but then all the same. Now let's come back now. When you arrange these human agents, let's take up the human agents. Now you begin to call them and begin to get into what we call project charter. That is agreement and negotiation. When you get the agents, you negotiate, agree with them. I want to get a land in so-so place. What is our agreement? How can we do it? Okay, I'm going to get you involved. Get me this, get me this. All of those things. Then you get builders. You ask a builder, what is your rate to build a 4-bedroom bungalow in a specific time of 3 years, of 2 years? With so this thing. Give me your quote. He quote. Another person come. You begin to get into them. You're beginning to sieve, to select from them. You call architect. You do the same thing with surveyor. You do the same thing with any other woman agent, including people who are going to be supervising the work. By the time when you gather these things, and anyone your mind or any group or any number of people your mind made up, you go into what you call agreement or charter, technically called charter. How we are going to do this. And this is a very important aspect of project. Many people get into project without caring about getting into binding agreements. And that is even a major cause of failure that I didn't even mention. Because in the charter, the person might be thinking of a different thing, especially our people normally have evil mind, while you are thinking of another thing. But the charter can make some of you to come under the same page, and he will know whether to continue, that you are not a fish to eat like that and run. He will make him to continue or decide to withdraw. Very, very important. Now, at the time when you feel that you have got people that you are going to work with, this must be established before you start. You can't start that building without establishing the people you're going to start with. I think the agent will even start to get the land, assuming you don't have a direct link to get the land. When the agent gets the land, or as many agents get the land, you choose. By the time when that one is finished, you move to survey. By the time when surveyor finishes, you move to architect. And by the time when architect finishes, you move to builder. That will make you to draw what we call WBS, WBS, work breakdown structure. Because each of these things are not starting in a day. At the end of initiation that this planning started, and this planning that started with summoning of.
Excuse me, sir. The food is here, so now it's hot too. So okay, bring it. So
Well,
that,
bring it.
so I won't get cold.
Summoning of the. Let's use the contractor for this, whether the contractor for architect, contractor for this. You summon them, negotiate. It may take you 2 weeks, it may take you a month. Having series of meetings with them until when you are concluded, you will now enter into the next phase. And the meeting may be going simultaneously anyway. You don't need to finish with one before you go into it. So that is that. By the time when you now finish with them, you will now begin to mobilize them. The person that is going to the person that will now get the land gets up and get the land. Until he gets the land, the clearer, the person who is going to win it will never go into action. But the architect can even from the first day start drawing. You remember that even when you're initiating, architect can start. Because you did the person to draw the cells for me. So he doesn't even need to wait for any person. He is already drawing. When the agent finishes, surveyor comes in. Surveyor cannot start with the agent not finishing. Are you getting it? Surveyor cannot come in the work-based structure when the agent has not finished. Builder cannot come in when the surveyor has not finished and when architect has not delivered his drawing or model. Now you see that some will be overlapping, while some must always wait till a particular one finishes. Some will even wait until a particular one is finishes and some gaps are given. Some project work require a gap, like if it is something that needs to solidify before the next phase, that means there will be a gap between when the other one finishes and the start time of that one. Now from that builder, it is important you develop this culture. Let's write it down. That culture is important. Our people are not, our black man doesn't keep worse. Black man can make you cry. And that is why I believe that anytime AI start getting grand in building, I watch AI doing building and plus. If that ever gets into Nigeria and is working well, many people will afford to use it no matter the cost to do away with workmen. Because our workmen are wicked. They steal too much. You bring 1,000 bags of cement, as the trailer is leaving, the person you ask to overlook your work will carry a tipper and load one tipper and go and sell. The level of stealing is too much among our people. And when you ask, they will ask you, are you the first person who is building a house? Don't you see that man in a 3 tipper collected from one trailer? And they brag over it. You buy 1,000 rods, 100 get lost. Ask you to buy more, you have to buy. So, but if AI is doing it, it is better you put that money on engaging AI than to put that money into buy and loss. You buy today, they steal. So it's better you put that money into buying and loss. So that is why, for the time being, agreements are very important. This is what I ask you to do, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. This is your cost, agreed cost. It is going to cost me. I will only pay you 10% to start. As you are working, I will be paying you. Because the tendency is that they will ask you, madam, pay me everything. No. And you will come and see your house. Once you do that, you have lost. Yes. Once they collect your money, they disappear. You will be the one chasing them. So if you ever get luck catching them, good for you. Otherwise, you may not get them. And even if you get them and take them to police, they will tell you that their wife won that day. They don't get wife.
It's on record.
They don't get wife.
No, this one is on record. No.